And like I said earlier on in the show, we have teamed up with Cork Rocks bands who do aim to promote upcoming and original Cork bands. And I am joined now by Darragh Cleary, who is the frontman for Cork band Jericho. Darragh, how's it going?
I'm good now.
Thanks for coming in anyway, first of all. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
I'm going to start off pretty much by asking you formed back in 2011. Now, how did Jericho come about?
A few of us were working in similar cover bands, or the same cover bands, and then we were also I was in a few original bands where there was a crossover of the same musicians, and then I recorded a 3-track EP with session musicians, and the original core lineup, which was the bass, drums and guitar, and the three of them heard it, and then they were interested in joining. So,
and you pretty much just came together then, yeah?
Yeah, it came together then. Like, we had already known each other, like, you know.
Which is good.
Yeah, but I was looking for they're very good players. So, like, after the EP was recorded, I was kind of looking around for other players as well, because it's difficult to play some of it, like, right, like any music, I suppose.
Jericho, it's an interesting name. Where did it come from?
When I was in secondary school, I had I had a bizarre musical project. I think I developed in 5th year, and it was about like this. God, I can't remember the story exactly, but it was basically it was kind of like a quasi musical, and based around this young lad who was brought up during World Civil War, something like that. It's more in depth than that, like, and it's very there's a lot of mysticism inside the storyline and stuff, a lot of violence, and basically he was the initiator of peace, and it's kind of like he's a anti-violent hero, essentially, and his name was Jericho anyway.
And this is where it all came from.
Yeah, that's where it all came from, like, yeah, like, it didn't come from the Old Testament, but it probably did come from the Old.
So is music something you've always wanted to do?
No, it wasn't. No, I wanted to be a skateboarder when I was a teenager. But
we all have our dreams. We all have our dreams.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So skateboarding in Limerick, and then, but I was always doing music. Like, I was doing music since I was a kid, but I didn't really get into it properly until I started writing. You know, started composing, and then I started songwriting then, and that was when I was like, it's so much fun. Like, I think I can actually be fun. God.
You mentioned you do write your own music, and you write music for the band as well. Do you all do it, or is it just yourself?
It would be mainly myself, but there's a few now we'd co-write together, but we'd arrange it all together as well, some of the tracks.
And would you have any specific way in writing music? Is there anything you do every time? You have maybe the one thing you might do, maybe kind of good luck omen thing.
Oh yeah, I guess if there's one thing, it'd probably be, am I being honest with myself? And that's it.
Yeah?
That's it, really. Like, there's so many different ways to approach it, but where it's coming from, is it coming from a true place? That's the most important, I find.
And how about influences? Would you have any band influences? Would you look to other artists?
Yeah, there'd be a good few influences now.
Like who?
There'd be Prince is a big influence, and that cheeky little man, and Stevie Wonder, Randy Newman, and film soundtracks as well are a big influence in the harmonic side of things.
No, I understand you played also in a warm act to the Republic of Loose. Such a big act. I mean, that must be a big thing for your band to be, playing pretty much alongside Republic of Loose. What was that like?
They had just arrived after we finished, so but they were like whatever, like an act. There was an act on after us. It might have been Crowback Chicken, and then it was Republic of Loose on after that. So yeah, it was great. Like, you have to get on fast. You set up fast, and then you just get off fast as well, and then you're done. Like, but it was a very good gig. Yeah.
And you've just finished recording Trip to Fantastic. Sorry, I got it wrong again, didn't I?
You're good.
I keep getting it wrong today. It's Trip to Light Fantastic, I'm correct?
Trip to Light Fantastic, yeah.
Yes, can you tell me what this is about, and how did you go about recording it? And
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it's a song about dancing, simply. That Trip to Light Fantastic is I can't remember what poem it's from. It's from, like, I think maybe like around circa 17th century, like a poem about the poet describes dancing as tripping the light fantastic.
And this is where it came from, obviously.
And yeah, like I love dancing, and in Jericho, sometimes I'd write through dancing first. I'd start dancing, and then it just, something would come. Like
something come to you.
Yeah, something
That's
come.
very interesting, actually.
Yeah,
isn't it?
like it happens a lot. Like different types of music, kind of the more rhythmic songs. Sometimes that happens. You kind of get more physical thing first, but then we recorded in my dad's studio in Limerick. Then in Ballinacurra in Limerick. Then and then I finished it with my dad. Then after the lads put down their parts and got it mixed and all that. Like so, that's ready to go for September. With the music video as well, yeah.
Darragh, I want to go back and ask you about the song I'm about to play. This one is called Nora. Where did it come from, and where did the inspiration for the song come from?
Well, it came from a lady.
Original stuff.
Yeah. Very original content. But the attraction went beyond the kind of like a physical attraction, and I kind of felt a strong affinity with the person. Now, looking back, I don't know if that was just self-made. I don't think it was, like, because the song is kind of touches on deeper things, like kind of soul affinity and mysticism and stuff like that, like, especially at the end. Although I falteringly expressed the lyrics in the verse, like, it wasn't as poetic as the result wasn't as poetic as I had longed for, because the feelings ran deeper. But that's usually the way, when sometimes feelings run deeper, words can't really express something that goes beyond words.
And Nora is the name of this girl, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So pretty much she couldn't really be any happier, could she? I mean, she had a song written about her.
Well, no, she doesn't know, which is great, which is fine. Like I don't mind. It wasn't supposed to be, oh, she's gonna hear it and she's gonna really like. It wasn't about that. Yeah. It was a cathartic thing that I had to do. Like I had to kind of get it out. I had to put it out there, like, As I said, the feelings run deeper. And so
you express yourself through music, basically.
Oh, yeah, I would, yeah. And dance as well. The live shows would incorporate that as well. Dance and music and sometimes poetry as well, yeah.
No, I'm not going to play it right away, but I do want to ask you first,
of course, about
this crazy dress since I've seen you wearing.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, you were at a gig and you were wearing a kind of crazy hat and a nice tight little jacket. You know. And is this something you always do? It was hilarious to look at, I must say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming, like, the crowd.
It wasn't supposed to be a comedic effect, but that's okay. As long as
it gets people in, I'd say. I must get people going. Cause
it does. It did. Like that's the first time we've worn the costumes on stage, and they were styled by Mary Jennifer, a fantastic stylist in Cork, and my suit was tailored by Samantha Kennedy and designed by Mary and Samantha, and so it's kind of a quasi matador, like space matador, the lads put it, Prince 1986 kind of look. But when we came out on stage first with the stuff, like the crowd are like, what the hell are they doing? But like when we play the music, it makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? That's the type of music. It's quite colourful. It's quite flamboyant. It's very jazzy, soulful. Quite 70s in places, like, you know, it suits it, like it works. So at first, when you kind of, it's not very Irish, but so that was the first time we had that on, like we were.
I mean, it must have worked, obviously.
It did, absolutely. It makes a lot more sense, far more engaging, because people are so visual based nowadays, and the music is so visual as well. You know, it's not really 4-chord trick, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's kind of quite flamboyant and kind of musical in theatrical sense, so in places.
And when are you gigging next?
We'll be gigging sometime in July. Probably doing a triple header with 2 other acts. That's soon to be announced, like, but that'll be in mid to late July. Yeah, so around the country. Yeah.
Which is good, of course, for the band.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Listen, Darragh, thanks again for coming in and having a chat. Hopefully we could be back here again sometime.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
Like I said, we could be talking about your number one track in the country.
Oh yeah,
you never
or
know.
number 45. Any number will do.
But I will give it a track of play now. This one is Nora, and this one is from Jericho. If it'll play, and of course it will. Yes, here it is, Jericho and Nora.
They scratch and batter until the embryo shatters. And although my dreams are over, I can't let go of these departed clovers and turbulent gales. They roar, they thunder. Our feet branches down and still haven't beaten our feet to the ground. This life is a hurricane, Nora.